pepperoni roll actually originated from Italy. But when men came from Italy to work in the coal mines in West Virginia, they brought a tradition that their families made, which was pepperoni sticks and rolls. Well, the women in West Virginia, the wives of the coal miners, wanted something that they could create for their husbands to take to work and it not spoil. And so they added the pepperoni into the roll, and that created the West Virginia pepperoni roll. And that history has went on, and it's very popular here in West Virginia. I know I've had people tell me that in other states further away from West Virginia, they've never heard of pepperoni rolls. So I'm hoping that you will watch this video and make these for yourself, because you're going to find out they are a wonderful snack, even for the kids to take to school to eat, or just a quick meal on the go. They're great. So let's get started and let's make some West Virginia pepperoni rolls. Okay, the recipe that I use will be in the description below for you. But the first thing we need to do, we take 2 packages of active dry yeast, and we add that into a bowl, and then we add 3/4 cup of warm water. That water should be between 120, 130 degrees so the yeast will activate, and you can see that mine has. Then we're going to put that into our big bowl, and we're going to add 3 tablespoons of Crisco shortening, 2 2/3 cup of water into that, along with either a 1/4 to 3/4 cup of sugar. It depends on how you like your bread. If you like a little bit sweeter, add a little bit more sugar. And if you're making like cinnamon rolls, it's okay to add the sugar because it gives it that sweeter taste. If you want bread, maybe you just want a little bit of sugar. And then we're going to add our flour, which was between 9 and 10 cups. I think I've covered everything, but like I said, the recipe will be in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and add my ingredients and get this started. 5, 2 2/3, and put it on my mixer. So we'll let that mix for a few minutes, and then I'll add the remaining flour, which I will go ahead and measure out. Another 5 cups. You may not need 5 cups. So let's stop for a minute, and I'm going to scrape down the sides. And now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients, the flour. Okay, I'm going to start adding the additional 5. Like I said, I may not need it all, so I'm just going to add a little bit here. So you can see it's forming a ball. We're to mix this until it's not sticky to handle. So let's look at it. Touch it. It's a little bit sticky. Not too bad. I'm going to add just a little bit of flour. Let's take a look and see how it is now. Oh, I think it's perfect. Once it's mixed and it's easy to handle, you should knead it on a floured surface for about 10 minutes. I'm going to knead this. Let's see, let me set my timer for I'm going to put it for about 10. So let's turn this on and let it knead for about 10 minutes. Okay, now we're going to put the dough in a container so it will rise. I always spray the bottom first. Okay. And you can see I can touch it and it's not sticky to my hands. So let's give it a little spray here. And then I'm going to cover this and let it rise double. Right like that. So we'll set it back here out of the way. Once your dough has doubled in size, I'm going to grab some pieces. I usually do about, I don't know, I guess that would be bigger than a ping pong ball, but not as big as a tennis ball. Then I spray on my counter and I stretch it out like this. I hope you can see this. Make it into like a rectangular pepperoni slices, usually between 4 and 6 pieces. Sometimes I do pepperoni sticks and I lay 2 sticks pieces across there. Seal that in. It looks flat, but it will rise. Lay it on your pan. Now, if you want, some people add cheese to their pepperoni rolls. Some people like jalapeno cheese, hot pepper cheese, mozzarella, whatever you would like. That's totally up to you. Okay, then I'm going to take these and I'm going to set them over here and let these start raising again. Not too much, just a little bit, and then I'll bake them at 400 degrees. I'll watch it just when they start turning light brown, the dough, and then take them out. And I always like to brush them with a little bit of butter. That helps keep the crust soft. And also, I took part of the dip bread and I'm putting it in. I bought this loaf pan specifically for making bread, sandwich bread. So I put the dough in there, as you can see. I'm going to let this raise to, it gets to about 75% to here. Then I will put this lid on it, like this, and put it in the oven and bake it. And it's supposed to come out like a loaf of sandwich bread. So we'll see. When I was young, my mother on Mondays, first day of the week, on a Monday, she made bread the whole day. She made many, many, many loaves of bread because she had 5 children, plus she helped out with my grandparents. And I wish I could tell you how many loaves of bread she made. And rolls, but she would make that and it would be for the week. And she would have big tubs of the bread, and I'm telling you, I don't think she ever measured anything. She could just do it and never give you a measurement. She just knew how to do it. But the bread was, oh, it was so great. But she always would take and save some of the dough because she knew that we loved fried bread. So she would take this bread and she would make it into a little patty. This might be a little bit too much dough there. Like this, she would roll it up and then kind of flatten it out. And she'd put a skillet on the stove and she would add butter to that skillet, and then she'd turn the fire down real low and she would lay these in there and she would lightly brown them on each side. They'd raise a little bit to where they cooked in the middle. And it was the best, just snack bread to eat on. And if we wanted sweets, she would take and mix a little bit of brown sugar with cinnamon and sprinkle that on it when it was done. Or even for like spaghetti night, make garlic bread out of it. She'd fry them and then she would put garlic salt on it. And I do that sometimes too. That was always a treat that we always waited. We couldn't wait. Stretch it out. Lay the pepperoni. This. Then we're going to bring the 2 ends in. And then the 2 outsides in. Seal it off, flip it over, lay it on your parchment paper. Let's take a look at our bread that baked in this special pan. It's very hot. I'm not sure which way it goes. Ooh, stayed nice and level. Isn't that nice? Wow. That is a beautiful loaf of bread. Golden brown on all the edges. I don't know about the inside, but we'll slice it in a little bit. We want to let it cool. But that looks very nice. And you know what's great about this? There's no preservatives in this. And this is just so much healthier for you. You can control the sugar, everything. And it's not that hard to do. All right. Okay, so the pepperoni rolls are starting to come out of the oven because I did some other rolls. I did these, I did the bread. So these look very nice. Very hot. Okay. This pepperoni roll come out of the oven and it's really hot. There we go. Now the taste test. The bread looks good. The juices from the pepperoni melts into the bread dough and it just gives it that wonderful flavor. But I give this an A+. It's good. So try the West Virginia pepperoni roll for yourself.